Hey, what's up? My name is Samuel Leeds, and in this video, I'm going to be doing something I've never done. I'm going to be revealing all of the details, the address, the trends, what's happened with my very ever first investment property. So the very first house that I ever bought. Now, the way that it was financed, it was creatively financed. I've said this before in my video. I was only 17 years old at the time. So whilst it was a no money down deal, there was still, finance that was involved. So, we had bank finance on it, a mortgage on it. The mortgage outstanding on it was just over £100,000, 101,982 and 3 pence. I bought it for £100,000. It was then immediately refinanced, bought again the way it was creatively financed the same day, March 24th, 2009. I was 17 years old at the time. I'm now 29 years old in my stepdad's name. And the property was 21A, Maryvale Road, Bourneville, Birmingham, B32DA. That was my first house. And I want to just talk through the whole figures because when I bought that house, hear this. When I bought that house in 2009, we were in a recession. Everyone was saying to me, don't buy it, Samuel, don't buy it. All the losers. Oh, Samuel, no. Why are you going on these expensive training courses? I'm going to go to university and spend £40,000 studying drama. Don't buy a house. Like that's what they were saying to me. And you don't believe me? You don't believe me? Just look at what the newspapers were saying in 2009 about property. They were saying, the market's crashing, properties could drop to £5,000, they could never recover. That's what was being said. So I'm buying this house. My stepdad, Tim, is helping me out and he's hosting it in his name.
You are welcome.
So I buy it March 24th, 2009, refinance it. I've got now a house. I've not paid any money for the house. Everyone's going on, but the house is going to crash. That's what they're saying, it's going to crash. I'm thinking, well, you know what? I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I'm renting out this house for £1,400 per month. So I bought this little house, no money down, 21A, Maryvale Road. Check it out. I'm renting it out. It's only a 3-bed house, but there's 2 reception rooms. So what I do is I turn 1 reception room into a bedroom. How so? By putting a bed in it. What about planning? Don't need planning. Sorry, Mr. Builder. Don't need planning. What about licensing? Don't need licensing. And you still don't need a licensing to this day because you don't need to license a HMO that's only got 4 bedrooms. So I just turn the sitting room into a bedroom. Each bedroom rent out to professional tenants. I rent the whole thing out in 2 weeks of buying the house. I'm renting it out. On average, each room is renting for $350. Some of them are renting for slightly more. The single room is going for a little less. I'm making £1,400 a month from my first house. Now, how much profit is there though? It's less than $1,400. I got to pay the mortgage. The mortgage payments of the outstanding mortgage, which was £101,982 and 3 pence, I'm only paying a measly £166 per month. Even to this day, I'm paying, well, it's a bit different now because I paid the mortgage off, but the mortgage is tiny. The rent is big. I've got to pay bills. When I started managing it, I was managing it myself. Managing it myself, I was making £1,000 profit from that house. When I then outsourced it and systemized it, it was about £900. I got my team to do it. But that was a no money down deal. So all these people that are saying, they're going to crash. They're going to crash. I'm like, I don't care if it crashes. If the house goes down in value, I'm good. I'm making £1,000 a month. Guess what? It's been now almost 12 years since I bought the house. I've made over £100,000 in rental cash flow profit. Over 100 grand. So that one house has given me £100,000 in profit over the last 12 years, just shy of 12 years. But did the house crash though? Did the house go down in value? Well, let's have a look. No, it actually went up. It went down for a short while, but this is what house prices do. House prices go down, up, but overall, over time, they go up. I bought it for £100,000, 2009. It's now 2020. It's now worth over £200,000. So I made £100,000 in rent, and I made £100,000 in capital appreciation. That's how you get paid in property. You get paid capital depreciation, which doesn't pay the bills, and cash flow rent, which does pay the bills. I bought that house in a recession. So if people are saying now, if you're looking to buy a house right now, and people are saying, but the house market could crash, you need to say this. You just say, is it giving me cash flow though? If it's giving you cash flow, you're going to hold on to it, you're going to wait. And even if it crashes, it doesn't matter because it's going to bounce back up again in time. That's my very first house. Bought it when I was 17 years old. Since buying it, I've moved it over from my stepdad Tim's name to now my name. Well, it's not even in my name now. Now it's in, is it in my name or is it in my company? No, it's now held in lease option agreement properties because I kind of figured, you know what, it's a little bit like a lease option because technically it wasn't in my name, but I had the option to put it in my name. So it's in lease option agreement, LOA Properties Limited. And the property, I'll tell you something really interesting. Sometimes people say to me, Samuel, this property doesn't make sense. It says you paid this much and this much and that. And what's going on? Land registry, I hate to say this because I love land registry, but they get things so wrong. They said, catch this. You wouldn't believe, I couldn't make this up. It says on land registry, if you check it out, you get the title deeds, that I bought 21A Merivale Road for £185,000. Okay? Last year, January last year. That figure, I don't know where they got that from, because I didn't. I bought it for £101,982.03, which was the exact amount as the mortgage outstanding. I just paid off the mortgage, and that's when I bought it. So land registry, you're very wrong on that. You're also very wrong initially when I first bought the house. I bought the house for 100, but then the same day, back on the title deeds, it used to say 100 and 120 on the same day, two figures. The 100 dropped off. I then bought it for 101 in January 2019. I bought it for £101,982.03, but it says 185. It's almost as though Land Registry were like, I can't believe that you're buying it that cheap, and they just put a different number on it. But anyway, I've spoken to my solicitor, and I've got a little verification from them. I've even got a letter from my solicitor. I've got the actual message that they sent to Land Registry and said, hey, confirmation from the solicitor. Because how does Land Registry know what's going on? Well, they hear it from the solicitor. So the solicitor writes to Land Registry and says, this is how much a house is sold for. Land Registry update their systems. So my solicitor messages Land Registry, sends them the formal slip and says, this is who's selling it, this is who's buying it, this is the price. Land Registry received that and then put a different figure on it. So it's absolutely bizarre, but when you're interested in how much a house sold for and things like that, and you go on Rightmove and you see the sold prices, sometimes they can be wrong. So never trust them with your life. Always make sure that you know, is the good deal a good deal for you or is it not? And the really crazy thing is these pictures, okay, of this house, 21A Merivale Road, 1-bed house share. Yeah, it's a 4-bed house, but I understand that. It was advertised as that. But look, these pictures, that is not the kitchen in the house. That is not the living room. That's from a different house. That is actually from my different house. That's from a house I own down the road. I own a house in Pershaw Road, and that is the living room. That's one of the bedrooms from Pershaw Road. None of these pictures are actually pictures that are 21A Merivale Road. But it shows you can't sometimes trust what it says on the house prices, Land Registry. Sometimes it is just wrong. It's wrong. It's not correct. So if you are a Land Registry expert and you think you know why that is, comment below. I'm really curious as to why Land Registry can get things so drastically wrong. I'm not complaining too much though, because their errors have always been in my favor. If I buy the house for 100 grand and then it says that I bought it for 185, all that's going to do is it's going to make it easier for me to then get finance against it. The house is now worth approximately around about £215,000 according to estate agents, according to Zoopla and comparables. It's still renting out really nicely. And I've actually put the house now, I've given the house to the homeless. So we've now got vulnerable people living in the house, and I've just recently, only about 3 months ago, passed it on, and I am still profiting from it. I'm still getting rent from it. But it was just a way really of just giving back, and that was my very first house. It's a sentimental house. That's what I've done with it. So that's the figures: 100 grand in cash flow, 100 grand in capital depreciation, now giving back, still making profit off it though, which is good. And who knows, maybe in another 10 years it would have doubled again and be worth £400,000. Maybe it would have gone down. As long as it keeps giving me rent, I don't mind. My first ever house, 21A Merivale Road. Thank you to Tim for helping me get it. Thank you to my mentors for teaching me how to buy properties without using any of my own money. And also thank you to you guys for watching my videos and for just believing in me to continue to go to new heights. I appreciate you. Please do smash the subscribe button. Also, if you want to see my worst property investment, because it's not all good, okay? You're gonna have properties that underperform, overperform, and perform. And many of my properties have overperformed, some of them have badly underperformed. You want to see some of the properties that haven't gone too well? Check out right here, okay? That's my worst house ever. And you want to see winners on the Wednesdays, people that I've trained and helped become financially independent in property? Check out the stories right here. And please don't forget to subscribe down here. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.